wheelchair. Let me turn on some lights. Take me just a second. Um, it's been wild, man, the last few days. Let me tell you what. Man, you can't make this shit up at all. And that's the honest to God's truth. There's a little light. How's that look? It's a little better. But, man, I guess it is. You can't make this shit up. um, some days I just want to scream, man, at people and go, man, don't you see me? Don't you see the struggles I'm going through? Man, if this were anybody else, don't you think you motherfuckers would be just lined up to help me out? And sometimes I really think they would, you know. But I'm the crazy one-legged old man in a wheelchair. That's just crazy ass Pat. You know, he's out there all cracked out. He's out there all methed out. He's out there all drunk. You know, he ain't really working on anything. He's just wanting everybody to help him out so he can get by without doing anything. I mean, that's the attention and feeling I get from my neighbors, from the people I meet. You know, especially after the first meeting. You know, sometimes after the first meeting, we really kind of I hit it off with people a little bit. You know, and I don't ask them for anything. Usually, I usually, like if it's a taxi cab driver, you know, I feel like driving every day. And usually that doesn't happen very often because I don't have any money. But when I do, I try to take care of the people that have done something for me. Just to be friendly. Just to be a good thing in their life. You know? Tell you what, I had a taxi driver the other day. I don't know. I'm going to come back and set this all up for y'all later. But I just want you to know what happened. You know, the happenings of the last few days. Not the reason why I did the things that I did, but what happened. All right. So I had to take some phones to the bank, and because the information on them is very sensitive, and I wanted them safe and secure. All right. Sometimes we have stuff like that. We want safe and secure, and we're going to any lengths to make sure it's safe and secure. So let me lay back down. My back is kind of hurting. It's been rough, man. Let me tell you. First thing I got to do. All right, let me just set this phone right here. See if you can see me. Yeah, you see me. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. First, I got to take some pain medicine. Hurting so bad. God, I'm lost again. Imagine that crazy one-legged man not sitting in his bedroom taking pills, lost. I can't imagine that. Can you? Anyway, can't make this shit up. So, taxi driver came. At first he was a little irritated, you know, because he had to help me out. And, you know, he really didn't feel good that day either, and I could tell him. I understood, you know, but as we got going and everything mellowed out, and, you know, I kind of talked to him a little while, and he talked to me. And he didn't mind helping me get that wheelchair out of the car and getting it, because I was moving really slow that day, really slow. Took me a while to get in and out of the car and into the wheelchair, and, you know, and I said, you know, I feel so bad about this, because, you know, this guy's got other things he needs from him to make his money. I know. So I had to go to the bank, and they didn't have a safety deposit box. So I had to go to the bank that I did not have an account in to open an account to get the safety deposit box. So the driver took me to the second bank, and I said, man, I'm going to make sure I give you a little tip with something to help you out. I said, because I know you got responsibilities. Man, I'm going to tell you what, you can't make this shit up. Come to find out, this cat's mother, all right, died because of an accident. Really not an accident. The little girl was texting and driving. She ran into his mother, killed her. And I could feel so much loss, man, with this cat. I was like, dude, I said, you can't replace mothers. I said, I lost mine too. My mother died of cancer, you know, but it was still, it's taken from me. You can't replace mom. Mary Ann Midget Robinson was a phenomenal woman. She was a midget, you know. Well, she wasn't when she died, but yeah, she was. But more importantly, she was Mary Ann Robinson. Mary Ann Midget Robinson. She's something else. Had to know her. So, can't make this shit up, and I keep getting lost to where I'm going on this, but it's about the last few days. So, taxi cab driver We get done, and he takes me to the bank, and I'm in the bank, and this old cat comes in, and man, let me tell you what, sell, sell, sell. He come in and he started sweet talking to all these girls. He was probably 10 years older than me. I'm 60, I'll be 62 in January. He's probably in his 70s. And man, he had some thump in his stomach, man. He could get around. He'd be bouncing off the walls, just really just enjoying life. And everybody loved him. I thought, that's too cool. I said, dude, sell, sell, sell. He said, yeah, and he went on. And he left me with a smile for nothing else. I didn't care. So, getting the safety deposit box, I had, of course, put so much money in a savings account, but at least they took the fee for this. I can't sit still. For the safety deposit box, I get anxious and I start rocking. Safety deposit box, and everybody thinks, you see, he's on drugs. See him rocking? It's a sign of that. That's what it is. You see how thin he is? Because he's not eating, he's on drugs. Oh, God, I'm not talking about that. That's how you feel. I don't give a fuck. I'm the crazy one-legged old man in a wheelchair. And I'm going to live this life just the way it is. And I'm going to handle it just the way it comes, because that's what I have to do, like everybody else. Whether or not I think I get the same benefits as anybody else, that doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is I still have to get it done being 4'1" on a regular basis by myself. So that's what I'm trying to do. All right, so in the bank, all right, so get it all set up, and I said, well, at least it's only costs $100, and they're going to, that's going to pay the year's thing on the box, and it'll be all right. So I have 3 phones at that time that all work really well. All right, take 2 of them. I take the SIM cards out of them because I don't want them, for any reason, no longer be able to communicate at all. Can't be turned on or anything via SIM card. Because shit like that can happen. And so I did that, turned them off, secured the phone and the basically recording device, and put it in a lockbox at the bank, locked it up, and left. Me and the driver, we went to got some smalls, at the hamburger shop. That was $20. I didn't mind. I don't do that shit very often, but when I do, take care of it like it's supposed to be taken care of. Make sure the place got tipped. Make sure the driver got him a good meal. He spent his time on me, and I appreciated it. And I wanted him to know, you're a good guy. I wanted him to know I felt sorry for him. Not sorry for him. I felt compassion for him because his mother. I didn't give him a hamburger because his loss. I gave him a hamburger because the person he was, and the person I am. Nothing to do with what he had, what he didn't have, anything. But I still had compassion for him, for what is going on. And I wanted to know, yeah, man, you're a fellow human being, and I love you, man. And I felt like he projected it right towards me. And when we left, I said, look, man, I am the crazy one-legged old man in a wheelchair. And I said, I'm going to tell you something funny. You can Google that shit. And you can. It blows my mind. The crazy one-legged old man in a wheelchair. And you can Google that shit. Imagine that. You can't make this shit up. So I said, I'm trying to get this message out to people into the world, about IOU Global. And I said, well, I just need to do it, man. I need to quit trying to develop an audience and just put my message out there. Maybe the audience will pick me up. IOU Global, it's about just doing the right thing. It's about being that taxi cab driver, all right, to help me get my wheelchair in the car. It's about being the crazy one-legged old man in a wheelchair. About buying that taxi cab driver a couple smalls for lunch. And telling him how much you appreciate him and then how much compassion I have for him for what he's gone through, because it was not, I can't compare my stuff to his. He can't compare his stuff to mine. It's ours. It's our own. There's no comparison for what happens to a person on a daily basis. So you can't say I've been there too. You haven't. We're all in different places. Every single time anything happens, every single place we're at, we're in a different place. It's never the same. If you live your life in a certain way, it's usually consistent. And I don't understand how mine is consistently rotten, but it is. And that's just the way it is. So I still keep trying to do the best thing I can. All right, okay, back to the road. All right, so we went to the bank, went to the Smalls, and then he brought me home. You know, some of that stuff's a little bit out of order, but I'm not going to go back and change it. Doesn't matter. He brought me home, dropped me off in the driveway. I rolled in the house, and let's see. I don't remember what all happened after that. It's kind of cloudy, man. It's been really crazy. So that evening, oh yeah, I came in and laid down. That evening, I was in here in the bedroom watching TV. See if I can turn the TV on. Let me turn it on real quick. Hold on. All right, let's put the show right here. Doesn't matter what we're watching, as long as we're watching, because that's what we normally do. All right. Super me, we're going to go back. I don't know what the hell I just did. Huh? I get so lost in this damn TV. It's like everything I do. I just can't seem to function like everybody else. And that's okay, because they don't function like me. It's a good thing, too. And I'd hate to see all bunch of me. I wouldn't be important anymore. I'm important now. Important to me. All right, that's working. Okay. I'm sitting here watching TV. There's the TV over there. There's my monitors. I call them my windows. You know, that's basically how I see the outside world, because I can't reach up and see out the windows for TV. So I'm sitting there watching TV. It's me and TV and Tink. He's laying over here. And Queenie. All right, we're sitting there watching TV, and I'm not paying attention to those windows, you know. I don't stand at the window and look at it like nobody does, you know. But every now and then I look at the window, out the window, because that's what everybody does. So I'm just being myself consistently, like you do live your life consistently. You know, you're laying around watching TV. You hear something outside. You might get up and go look out the window. You might not. All right? So, kind of banging or something. I just kind of heard just a little shit. Something sounded. So I looked out the window, which is the window. All right? I just get to look at 8 of them at one time. Kind of cool. All right? And on that window, there's a guy on my front porch. And I said, I need a doorbell ring. That's weird. You know, I think you would think that was weird if you heard somebody on your front porch and they didn't ring your doorbell, knock the door, and you look out the window and he's still standing there, or he's walking away, and you don't say nothing. So you looked at him a little bit, and he walks back up to your door, stands there a little bit, doesn't knock, doesn't ring the doorbell, just stand there. Then you walked away. What? So then you go to the other window and you kind of look at it, and you see him run down the street, turn around, run back, and he goes up on your porch, doesn't knock, doesn't ring the doorbell. All right, and what the heck? So I got in my wheelchair, and went to the front door. Said, what the hell is going on? Well, it's a guy that I knew. Imagine that. People that I don't have around here don't like him. Don't like what they do, like what they stand for, don't like their actions. I don't like people that can run around with a grin on their chin and a twinkle in their eye, and every single last person loves them, and they're peddling poison, and they're doing it from your property. And so everybody's looking at you going, you're that guy, Pat. You're that guy, crazy one lady, man. It's not the one with a smile on his face and a grin on his chin. He's got the shit in his pocket. It's you. Because you're the one that we can look at you and tell you're the guy. You lost weight. You can't put it back on. You got sores on your arms. You're not eating properly. You got all these conspiracy theories and you're paranoid as hell. I said, wait a minute. What's the problem with that situation? I said, I'm not paranoid anymore. And I'm not. That's wonderful. People go, man, when I tell them something, you're just paranoid. I said, no, it's not paranoia. I said, I'm not. I cured that. And they don't understand it. It's kind of like alcoholism and drug abuse. You know, well, you're an alcoholic and drug addict. I said, no, I'm not. I'm cured of the alcoholism. Cured. Imagine that. People hate to hear that shit. Just, what about you? You ain't going to 12-step meetings. That's what works for me. It's the only thing that's worked for me. And if it worked for me, if you'll do exactly what I do, it'll work for you. I said, I tried that, man. It's called insanity. Went back and forth to those meetings over and over and over and over. All came out drunk. Never worked. Sorry, I said, hey, if it worked for you, I think that's fantastic. I said, you need to keep doing it. But leave me out of it. I don't live that way. I'm crazy when I get a man in a wheelchair, and I live my way, like everybody else does. They live their way. You can't make this shit up. It's the way it happens. All right, back to the story, man. Let's go down rabbit hole, and I'll take you there too if you're not careful. So I go out there and talk to this cat. I know he's up to no good. Because you see him, you know he's up to no good. But he has a grin on his chin and twinkle in the eye, and everybody loves this motherfucker. I'm like, I understand. If I look like that and talk like that, everybody love me too. But I don't look like that and I don't talk like that. I look like this and I talk like whatever the hell I want because I ain't worried about what I say. It comes to my mind, it goes out of my pie hole. That's the way it goes. I am totally honest. People don't like that shit at all. All right? If it's what's going on and I say it, I can guarantee you it happens. I'm not the motherfucker running going, I don't lie, and you know that. I won't rip you off, and you know that. You know how I am. It's what I tell everybody. I know you do. What I tell everybody is, if it's coming out of my pie hole, it's honest to God what happened. Or how I feel it happened. Have I lied in my life? Hell yeah. Will I lie tomorrow? I might. But for right now, today, what's coming out of my pie hole is 100% gospel. You don't like that shit? Too bad. Crazy one later man in a wheelchair, and that's the way I do it. Damn, come out of that rabbit hole, Pat. All right, so, back to the cat on the porch. All right. I'm not going to tell you the whole conversation. But basically was he wanted to come in the house and hang out. I said, no, dude. I said, I'm going to bed. I don't want to hang out. Well, I really wasn't going to bed, but I didn't want to hang out with him, and I didn't want him in my house. I know that some of these people, when I let them in the house, that's just the entry point for them to come back later, or they're wanting to pick up something that they left while they were here earlier. And it's, look at it like a conspiracy theory all you want. But I now have 2 cameras in a lockbox at a bank with a whole bunch of information on them. All right. For the first time since this shit started, all right, because every time it happened before, I'd call the police out and say, man, you got 25 dozen cameras around this house, and you mean to tell me you ain't got footage on not one of them of this apparent person or group of people that are coming in and out of your house and doing this shit to you, all right, that you're wanting us to help you with. They laugh, and I'm sure they're getting in the car going, this motherfucker's drugged out. He is so spaced out right now. See him spinning, he's lost. He's thin as a rail. Got sores on his arms. Talking crazy. We know how it is. Okay, dude. Well, look, we're going to come in and check on you later and never come back. Yeah. But the one thing they do say is, man, if you had pictures of this, you could prove it, then we could do something. That's okay. So I put these God for the first time. I have this stuff on video. I have it on pictures. Because, when I came in, I go, I'm sorry, I won't take you down that rabbit hole, I'll tell you about it later. So, I go in the bedroom, lay back down. That's what I'm doing, I'm just laying around watching TV. And every now and then I kind of look at the windows. I said, you know what? One thing good about my windows is you can rewind them. And you can look at what was out the window 15 minutes ago. So I said, let's rewind this situation, see what's going on. Rewind the situation, and lo and behold, that cat didn't just come to my window, or my porch, when I noticed him. Then, it's like, for 30 minutes, he's been bebopping all around my front porch. It's the only camera really that picks him up, because some of them have cloudy zones. That's just the way it is. And also at the apparent time that this was going on, all of a sudden mysterious fog would appear around cameras and entry points like that had video, windows. The mysterious fog would just roll in, wouldn't hit any other camera, just that one, and it would just fog out, just mysteriously. It stayed that way for quite some time. You might see a sparkle of light here and there, you know, something going on. So evidently that camera's malfunctioning temporarily, just that one. All right, then the mysterious fog will clear up, and you'll see him be bopping around back the other windows. And so I knew basically something was up. And I said, but well, there's nothing I can do. I'm gonna watch TV. So I turned the windows back to normal windows, and I keep back and I'm watching TV. And all of a sudden I hear this sound. It sounds like a dog whistle. Oh, thank you, Jesus, way down. Sounds like a dog whistle on steroids. Screaming. And like some kind of electronic screaming noise that you would think it's so high pitched that only dogs hear it, but it's just down in the range where it would drive a person literally batty. And this went on for some time. I turned everything on and off in my bedroom, trying to figure out if it was maybe an electronic buzz. Couldn't get anything out. Stopped. Went in the shop, looked around. Went in there, looked around the entire house. Couldn't find anything. Well, it started to just kind of ease off. Kind of like when you pull the cork or the blow-off valve on the compressor. It screams for quite some time. It's blowing off that pressure. Just and after about 20 minutes or so, that went stopped. Oh, thank God. Whatever it is, just stopped. That was driving me crazy. And I'm laying here, and all of a sudden I just really going into some kind of respiratory, just bad respiratory situation. And so looking for albuterol. Should have 3 or 4 of them just laying stacked up here. I can't find it. I found them. Did a few puffs of albuterol. So when I did the albuterol, started to be able to breathe a little bit better. And then all of a sudden, I heard something, and so I looked at the windows, and man, let me tell you what crazy shit was going on in my windows. In one of my windows, all right, I'm gonna pull it up and show them all to you later. One of my windows, there was a monster. We'll say monster in that window. All right, and the fog had rolled in right there, just on that one window. Keep in mind the window that was 8 feet away, no fog. All right, just that window, and there was a monster on it, and you could see what looked like the kind of silhouette of a person bebopping in and out of that fog. And then all of a sudden it sounded like a damn airplane landing in my backyard in a little small type of explosion. What the hell is that? And I said, wait a minute. Somebody's in my backyard doing something crazy. I open up the back door and I stick my head in the shop, and it's smoky as hell in my shop. I said, why is my shop smoky? And I look in the backyard's smoky as hell. Front yard all of a sudden smoky. There's smoke and it's engulfed the whole area around the house. It's like the fog had rolled in and engulfed my house. All right. And we were fixing to take it into another dimension. Well, we were. All right. The aliens had come down. And the dimension 5/22R7 had engulfed my house. It was terrible. But it's the smell. My breathing and everything got really bad. Tink started acting so funny. She would circle around on the bed, jump down on the floor, go out the doggy door, come back in, jump on the bed, circle around, go back out, in and out, in and out, in and out. I was like, damn, baby, I know something's wrong. What's going on? Every other time she's done that, you do irritate me, and I don't want to yell at her. If you tell me I did yell at her, you don't. That's not right. Because she was, I didn't know. She wasn't just acting crazy. there was shit going on, messing her up. So I kind of consoled her, got her in the house. I stuck my head out and said, "Motherfucker, you're in my yard making that damn shit. You better get the fuck out of here right now. I'm calling the police." And I couldn't really call the police because I knew it really didn't have any proof and all that shit going on. I said, it's not gonna go up for me because it never does. Because I'd say, "You got him on camera?" And I knew at that time I might, but probably wouldn't be able to back it up and show them because that's just the way shit works for me, you know. And no, yeah. So oh god, I may have to continue on this after a while. I'm getting tired just talking about it, but so I get so damn mad. Finally, I feel like I've run this guy out of my house. Well, I've opened up the shop now, and in the shop I can see these red and green laser pointed dots floating around in my shop. Just ba 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 ba, kind of like a hallucination. But it wasn't because hallucinations are not going to be with laser point accuracy. You know, they don't come out of my crazy head like that. They come out of my crazy head scrambled up. There's no laser point accuracy in there. If I'm seeing something breathing and it's hallucination, it'll look like a bucket's over there, and it'll look like it's swelling up and shrinking back down. And that's kind of like a hallucination. All right, and if I'm hallucinating, usually audio and visual hallucinations kind of go hand in hand. And it's not a high-pitched screaming sound. It's somebody talking, or I feel like somebody's hiding talking. That's a auditory hallucination for me. All right, it's not actually hearing somebody talking outside my house, which I've done. It's like thinking there is and listening for it hyper vigilantly. That's what paranoia is, and dealing with hallucinations. And I wasn't doing any of that. And these things were laser pointed and color so vivid, you would think um, it was done with a neon laser. So when I opened the door and saw these things, I turned the light on, they disappeared. Turned the light off, they reappeared, dancing around. I said, "Man, that's weird." So I was thinking some kind of substance in the fog or smoke, all right, that's floating around that hasn't dissipated yet. Kind of like I don't know what do you call it, phosphorus of some kind. Different kinds of phosphorus, which would be used for manufacturing methamphetamine. So you see where my mind's going. All right. So I said, well, still, I can't prove the shit to anybody. Just my crazy ass probably seeing things, because I'm capable. But my breathing's bad and all that, so I did some breathing treatments, and I went out in the front yard, and all these people that have been hanging out across the street and doing their little party and shit on and off. And I ain't telling you I'm not saying they're involved, but they're normal people. They don't have to worry about the crazy shit going on in my yard. So I said, surely they saw all this smoke coming and going, and this guy, bebopping in and out off of my porch, because he's obvious as shit, all right. And there's like 15 people across the street, and so he's obvious. So surely everybody knows him and seen this guy, but evidently they didn't. But anyway, that doesn't matter. So I was like, well, my next door neighbor, she's got a little baby girl. I said, you can't have this shit going on. As much as it's affected me, no matter what it is, he needs to stop because he's got children. And so this is the cat that if I turn my music on a little bit too loud on Saturday afternoon, he's over here cussing me out, telling me what a low-life scumbag I am because I have my radio on too loud, and everybody knows what kind of person I am. And I was like, really? I should have asked him, what kind of person you people think I am? And he said, oh, we love you, Pat. I said, okay, thank you. Good thing, because, man, if you didn't, I'd be in trouble. I'd hate to see how you treat somebody that you don't like. But you can't make this shit up. When there's a campaign against you, You can't, nothing you do. And that's just a conspiracy because I'm the crazy one-legged old man in a wheelchair. But you can't make this shit up, and that's the way I see it. Whether it's done the way it is or not, it doesn't matter to you. All that matters is to me. Because I have to deal with this and I have to handle it. It's hard to get things done when I'm 4'1". All right, that's the way it is. It's life for me. So I'm out there. I sit out there in the front, and I can't get him to come to the house. Come to the door. Can't get any phone service working. All right, because now the one phone that I have, all right, that was working perfectly, all right, is glitching. All right, the screen's flipping on and off. It's saying needs to be charged. I plugged the charger cord in it, and it just turns off. Bam, phone gone. What the hell? And try to get it restarted, it won't even restart. So I do a fast reboot on it. Just exactly what you're supposed to do. It won't do a fast. Won't do a hard reset. Nothing. I said, well, maybe if I unplug it. So I unplug it, give it just a second, and I'm going to flash the drive on and get it back up and functioning. All right. I said, what the hell is wrong with this cord? I looked at the cord, and the whole end of it has shorted out. I was like, what the hell? I said, well, it's one of those things. Let me find another cord. Because, I should have a ton of iCords because I order them on Amazon, and I get them 3 or 6 at a time, and I place them everywhere around the house so I can always get an iPhone cord to keep my stuff running. I keep looking at my windows. Different weird lights are going on. I'm not even going to take you there. Not about what's going on now. It's what went on the other day. So, put this phone down, I'm tired of holding it. I do have some mounts that still work. All right, let's see. Yep, that still works. All right, so I can't get the phone working. I can't find a cord to charge it. I know it's fixing to go dead real quick. I said, the only thing I can do is take one of the other SIM cards that I got with different numbers on them and reboot that phone into another service. Because if somebody has hacked it, which I was feeling pretty much 100%, somebody's hacked it, they're coming in on that SIM card because that's that communication port for that phone. And what I can do is take that port away, put new one in it. So I put another SIM card in because I had one, because I had 3 phone lines. And lo and behold, 99% of the glitching stopped. But my phone, something was wrong with it anyway, because I'd rebuilt it and it was pretty much perfect. And all of a sudden now the screen was popping off the phone, wouldn't stay on it. The screw that I had in it wasn't holding anything. It was like somebody put it together and taped it together with parts from a shoebox and the junk drawer and all that, and it wasn't. It was parts that I ordered on Amazon, screw sets to fit the thing, all 9 yards. Well, none of that shit was holding anymore. For some unknown reason, at the same time, every single thing that I had taken care of and lined out to be able to take care of easily was not in its place. It wasn't set up the way it was. It was all just different. Who am I? I'm just crazy one-legged old man in a wheelchair. And you can't make this shit up. But there was not an iPhone cord in the house. Nowhere. None. And I ordered shit on Amazon in bulk and place it strategically everywhere. So I have it just like inhalers. All right, because I've trouble breathing. They should be everywhere, all over this house. I couldn't even find an inhaler. And boxes and boxes and boxes of these things. Couldn't find them. All right. So anyway, back to quick get out of the rabbit hole. Let's come out the rabbit hole, because I'll be there sometimes. So I can't get the phone working. So then I get pissed, and I know the guy, because I have video. All right, I'm gonna go back. Now I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the video. On those videos, all right, on the phones, I turned on the security camera the other day because I knew somebody coming in the house, because I set a little trap, not for them to catch them, but for me to know if it really happened, all right, and it was what it was. Is I told somebody, and I kept my stuff hidden in my bedroom between the mattress and the box springs on the bed, and it's an elevated bed, and you can push the remote control and raise it up, and when you do, it gives a little gap. You can shove your arm way in there. And I said, so they never. I said, so don't tell anybody. I said, but nobody ever figured that shit out. And kind of knew what was going on. Because some of them impeccable timing people that just all of a sudden turn up with impeccable timing and are able to enter into my castle, you know, that I don't normally do in here. Or that, not that I would normally do it, but they haven't been. And but for some reason or another, when I get one thing secured and I have everything pretty much secured and running good, and I can say, man, life's grand, everything's smooth, no problems, all right, things will start happening with impeccable timing. It will make me have to allow some of these nefarious people into my life, in my castle, that I haven't been in here. And the people, you know, that are running, going around going, hey, everybody knows Pat. He's out there drugged out. Everybody knows that. That's what everybody's talking about. Everybody's saying that. It's like, okay, not that one person said it, but everybody is. That's what I can't deal with that. Nothing I can do to change a perception that somebody has that wasn't made honestly from me. All right, it was a perception they had prior to, maybe the perception they got after they met me the first time and thought, hey, this guy's pretty cool, or this guy's an asshole, or whatever. And then they find out later through somebody with impeccable time, just turns up, happens to know me, and knows all about me, you know, and they'll tell you that everybody tells you exactly the same thing about Pat Robinson, that crazy one lady man in a wheelchair. He's trying to pull a scam. That's okay. Nothing I can do about your perception. Not my business. I would hope that as a general population, you know, people would have better perceptions of somebody that they really don't know, other than what somebody with impeccable timing, with a grin on their chin and a twinkle in their eye, and is a really good politician or politically, you know, motivated speaker and visual person. You know, people just trust those. I mean, I understand. You know, it's like, who didn't trust Bill Clinton? You know, hell of a guy. Hell of a guy. So, yeah, coming out of the rabbit hole again. And can't breathe right now. And where am I at, Pat? Where am I at, Pat? I want to sing songs all the time. Mom used to sing songs. She was a midget, you know. She used to be a midget. She was born a midget. And we're at phone. In my mind, I'll fog out sometimes. and it's sad. It's okay. There's a lot on that sucker. I'll tell you what, it's loaded. That mind, it's been working overtime for a while. Every now and then I get to kind of chill out and let it relax. Most of the time I don't, you know. It's always something I'm having to try to figure out, because I'm trying to get it done when I'm 4'1" by myself, you know. And that means I have to take care of everything going on around here, as well as survive on a regular basis, minute to minute. All right. So when you get up in the morning, you get to go brush your teeth, put your shoes on, and walk out that door and go to work, and come home, clean up a couple things, and fix dinner, eat it, and go to bed. That sounds really good. I like that. But you know, I get up in the morning and I got to deal with, I don't have a phone charger all of a sudden. My phone is glitched. It looks like I built it in a shoebox out of Scotch tape and bubble gum, and which I will do that in a second to get it working, so I can communicate with the outside world when it's the only one I have. I'll slap another SIM card in it in a heartbeat. Back in the day when the batteries were normal, you could actually run a hot wire to a phone and get it to work. You can't do that now, and I'm not gonna. But you could actually do that shit, and I would, and it would work. But you know, my normal day is get up and fix everything as real quickly as possible so I can go ahead and eat my breakfast and maybe start my day and get something done, that I need to do. So I'm going to take about 5 to 7 steps literally before I can take the first step to doing what I need to be doing. And that's on a daily basis and a regular basis for me now. And then at times it'll get down to a normal routine for a little while. And that's because I've gotten everybody shut out. I've made sure that I've reset all the passwords, changed all the locks, made sure all the windows are secure, and that person and the people with impeccable timing are not coming by regularly, for a very short period of time. Because now they figured out they don't have electronic control, they don't know what's going on, and that all of a sudden something will go wrong, and then somebody will show up with impeccable timing. All right, and it won't be the person that I need to come by. The person's honest, all right, because all those people, they don't have anything to do with me, because everybody knows Pat. So those people, if they've met me or know me from before, they're not going to answer their phone call when I call them at 3 o'clock in the morning. Even if they are a man of God, because it's just Pat, just crazy Pat. He's out there wigged out on dope, and he's calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning to cry, all right, and go boo-hoo because his shit ain't going right because of what he's doing. He caused it. And I said, well, I know that. So it doesn't mean I'm not going to call you at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm thinking and hoping that maybe this time you'll pick it up and you'll actually see what I'm trying to tell you. I'm still going to try that. That's what a normal person would do. And that's all I'm trying to do is act like a normal person and have things happen to me like a normal person. Not have things happen to me like you've been in and out of my house, you're using my house to do whatever the various projects are. You're mad at me for something I did 20 years ago or 10 years ago, and you're ganged up. I don't know. I really don't honestly know why these things are happening the way they're happening, but I know karma only runs so long. Sooner or later, if you do things right, you beat your way out of it. I haven't been able to beat my way out of this wet paper bag on it for going on 10 years now. And I'm not scared anymore because it's just the way it is. I'm not doing mean shit anymore because it doesn't help. I'm not running around being paranoid anymore because that damn sure doesn't help. And not only does it not help, but it makes things cloudier. When I start seeing something that's actually happened, all right, in my mind will throw other things in there to add to it because paranoia breeds its own type of hallucination into your head. All right, so that hallucination compounds everything that physically happened into a whole bunch of additional things that didn't really happen. But your mind, your eyes will start seeing it. You'll start hearing it, and so I have to remove that from my equations, and by not being paranoid, that kind of removes that. Doesn't stop the things that actually happen from happening because they're going to happen anyway, especially if somebody's pulling strings. I am a puppet, like everybody else. We're all pawns, people, until you get to the big pieces, and then somebody's still pushing those around. They just work a little easier. They have more power. Somebody's still pushing them. But the little pawns at the end, it's a whole bunch. There's one person punching. Sometimes they'll be punching a whole bunch of pawns. So one evil witch can have flying monkeys, man, coming in from everywhere. And if you question it, one of those flying monkeys, they tag another one in, and another one comes in and takes their place. Well, as long as those flying monkeys, all right, can keep the gorillas that are a good go-go gorilla, the good guy, the great ape, out of your world, your area, all right. As long as they can keep grape ape somewhere else. Hey, squirrel! Grape ape likes squirrels. He'll chase that squirrel. And then the flying monkeys can come in and ravage the crops. That's what they do. So that person, that scarecrow, he doesn't have a chance. All right? Because the only thing that's going to come up on him, because of grape ape, is chasing a squirrel. All right, are the flying monkeys coming to ravage the crops, and they're carrying torches. And he just scared for you ain't got a chance. So all he can do is just kind of keep it shuffling to secure his little patch in the garden. All right, to keep the flying monkeys out of his area with the torches. And there I'm down a rabbit hole. Come back. So, all right, I'm at the cat. All right, making the dope in my yard and the smoke and the people not, you know, answering the phone at 3 o'clock in the morning, which I understand that. But surely, people, come on. If it were your family calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning and you thought it was an emergency because they didn't have this shit happen to them all the time, they weren't out there screaming, dog, dog, don't bite me, you know, whatever. Shark, alligator, every day. Turn around. One more thing, one more thing, one more thing. They're not screaming that because, you know, that doesn't happen. It's not the way life is. It doesn't happen. Believe me, I know. You can't make this shit up. And this time I get to get it done. I'm 4'1", especially when I got flying monkeys and witches and squirrels in my life, and the grape apes have gone somewhere else to rest, all right, because they're tired of all the shit happening in my life. I understand that, but I need somebody to continually step in and be grape ape regularly, consistently, like everybody else has, all right, not just once in a while when it can be. And but I do understand. I do understand what it's like to go through the shit and deal with the shit that I'm dealing with. I'm living with it. Believe me, I know how it is. I know how crazy it sounds to have 16 cameras and not be able to produce picture one, you know, but still want to tell you that somebody's fucking with me, you know, and this is why I have sores on my arms and I can't gain weight and I can't keep my head together, you know, I keep going into brain fog. I don't feel like I'm being responsible for my actions, you know, no matter what. You know, I feel like they're being convoluted by the situation going on. And the only thing I can do is try to get some semblance of being able to eat and take care of things and talk on the phone like everybody else does regularly without any problems. Try to get back there every single time I turn around. And I can't do it. It doesn't matter if I buy it brand new off the shelf. Doesn't matter if I work on it. None of that shit matters. Buy brand new batteries, put them in the truck. Nothing ever happens. They work 100% fine all the time until I really need that truck, and I go crank it, and the battery will be dead. Brand new battery. On back on. And then finally get it all straightened out and it work again perfectly clear for no reason at all. It just one time it just start failing and it'll fail over and over and over and over and over. There's nothing I can do about it. Deal with it. That's just another step. So everybody knows, you know, that scarecrow. He's just running, screaming, and all the grape apes. All right, and they got their own lives. And you know, their kid is having some trouble, and they're having to take care of them, and I understand that. You know, because that's what mom used to take care of me. That's why none of this shit really compounded quite this bad. While I had my mom, my grape ape. She was Mary Ann Midget Robinson. Everybody loved her. Let me tell you what, Mom, she was my she was my best friend. My dad was also my best friend. But Mom, she was grape ape. 100% grape ape. Alright? And let me tell you what, these good people, you know, that have made these accusations against me, some of them are good people. And they don't want somebody else to be hurt or taken advantage of by the scarecrow, and I understand that. I would want to look out for everybody too, and I still look out for everybody. But now I have to watch it because every single person I talk to that I try to warn about somebody else that's done something to me, I'm letting them know what happened to me. I'm knowing what they did worked, knowing what they did didn't work, and I'm also letting them know what I'm doing to combat it. So all they've got to do is create an issue to get back in my garden. All right, so they can run the grape apes back out, and any electronic grape ape I've got, it might take care of it for me, so I don't have to worry about it. Because as soon as I get everything secure, that witch wants to come in and take back her control, because she's powerful and almighty, and she can control legions of these flying monkeys. You know, for years they call them demons. You know, and she controls legions. So when one has a problem, they just tag the next one in. You know, and they disappear for quite some time. They won't reappear until it's necessary for them to reappear, and they'll show up with impeccable timing. And I'm not getting any views. Can't believe nobody's cheap. That's all right. I'm a crazy one-legged man in a wheelchair, and I record this shit and put it out there because maybe somebody will see it. All right, and something will be done. But anyway, I got this. But I still have two valid things in a lockbox, and I'm going to try to get them to the correct person. And I'm not going to take them out of the lockbox. I'm not going to mess with it until I figure out who that correct person is. And I hope it's Judge Marcotte or one of the other judges. No, because I used to know some really powerful people, and I did a lot of work for them. And a lot of them loved me, and I let a lot of them down when I spun out. There was Vera Peacock and Judge Marcotte, and man, just tons of people, man, some really powerful people, you know. And I had like Carter Blanket or Croc taking care of stuff for them, man. They just, I did stuff, and I knew how to do, and it would work until it didn't. And it was almost like something came in, flipped a switch, and destroyed everything that I could put together, and none of it, that would work. And yes, at the time I was using methamphetamines and smoking crack. Right. But it's kind of funny because the people that I was getting it from, they were the other high-profile players in the market at that time. All right, it was their people that were doing it. It was their people that worked for them selling me the crack, selling me the meth. All right, hooking me up and taking care of me because, hey, you're my buddy. I'm gonna make sure you got the right shit. Get you through the day. Because that's the way that shit is. First, it'll help you out, it'll relax you. Secondly, it'll help you get through the day. Third thing it's going to do is unravel your world. And then you're going to have it. So, I've gone through my life, knowing that I was an addict or an alcoholic. And and I knew that if I put something in my life and I really continued to do it, then I was going to have it. And so I would live in these programs, and I never could understand why that program didn't work for me, Here I was doing it, and it didn't never continue to work. And everybody said, well, Pat, because you're trying to do it yourself. I said, no, I'm not doing that way. I said, but my life I try to do myself. I don't want to be the norm. I don't need the status quo. I want to be the guy that's promoting something good for everybody. That actually is something that the humans can live for, IOU Global, It's a worldwide effort of mine to get people just to care and do something consistently nice for people that you really don't know what the situation is. You may have heard about it, but you really don't know until you know that person. IOU Global means you're going to take the effort to personally understand or know what you're thinking about. Right? Is it something that you actually personally know or think or see, or is it something you've heard, or read? Because if you've heard it or read it, it may not be honest. You don't know. The person with a twinkle in his eye, all right, and the grin on their chin are going to be the one you're going to listen to. Not the scruffy guy in the wheelchair, all right, with dirty wheelchair and just scrambling, trying to get things done. Because they're, what's going on? Oh, sometimes I get like that. I can't make this shit up. I don't get to pull all the plans, but I still have to take care of the actions, no matter how they came. If it's 12 four-legged monkeys coming in fucking me up, that's what I have to deal with that day. If I've got them all shut out and I don't have to deal with them, my life is grand. runs like everybody else's. The ones that run in status quo, doing their normal deal. They don't want the crazy one-legged old man stepping into there, and hey, going, look out. This company is taking advantage of you. Don't you notice that every time you turn around, when you start using those guys, they have to come back over and over and over? Surely, I mean, you care, even if you're not paying for the bill, that, there's all kinds of tests and stuff being run that don't need to be run just so they can bill it. Surely you're noticing it. Because if we don't notice it, we don't stop that shit, you know, those bad players are just compounding their assets, all right, to continue to play that game. And the good players, they got flying monkeys attacking them because they don't want us to. They don't want us out there working. They don't want me out there. They don't want me out there building devices for people in wheelchairs that don't break. All right, they don't want that. They want to make sure my shit breaks. I've got chair arms on my wheelchair that I made out of wood. Magnetic tops. They've been on there almost 2 years now. Some cracks in them, man. Let me tell you, they look rough. But they're still kicking ass and taking names. Man, it's like Ethan Allen furniture. You may knock the damn furniture polish off of it. You may bang the side of the drawer, but that drawer still hangs in there, man. When you fall up against it and you have to lean on it, it's still there. You can still close it and open it. It may look like hell. It may be dirty because you've been too busy to wash it, but it's still hanging in there. My cup holder that holds my cup on the side of my wheelchair, I ran that thing into cars, man. Still hanging in there. I've never been able to buy anything that would do that. But, I mean, it wasn't that hard for me to build. I had to just take a little time to do it. I had to build a few and throw them away because I tore them up. I had to try to tear my shit up because I didn't want everybody having the same problems that I've had. I didn't want everybody having to figure out why that damn phone all of a sudden won't take the cord, and stuff like that. I wanted to make sure everything worked. I wanted to be there for the next guy so he has a little bit easier time than I have. People don't want that shit. They don't want the next guy having it easier. They want to call him. Somebody's going to pay for it. And they can bill it now, and they can schedule another appointment for later. Over and over and over and over and over. Instead of taking care of something properly, something somebody can spend. I aggressively do everything I do. I aggressively build and construct the items that I'm building. My cannula, my nasal cannula, I have an oxygen system right here at the house that powers, and it's powered by remote control. So that when I need a boost, I can kick a button on and turn it on. I have a remote control to turn my lights on, for me when I need them because I'm in a wheelchair. I can't reach those switches all the time. A whole bunch of stuff. Right now, everything looks like it's just put together with bubble gum, baling wire, and tape. Because I have to take care of daily living, as well as get something done. It's like in my bedroom right now. I've got drawers that were going on the countertop, and they're just stacked up with stuff now. And they're half one side's put on, one side's not. But I had other situations that had to be taken care of. I mean, I'm sorry that it just became real important real fast, so I had to just move that aside. That's going to be one of my first projects I get back on, but I can't get back on it until, number one, I can feel a little bit better, because right now I feel like crap. I'm having trouble breathing. The sores come up on my arms again all of a sudden. When I go to the bathroom, I'm pooping blood. My dog, Tink, now look at her. She's just laying here. She has not got up at all. For the past 3 or 4 days, she's been circling and looping this house and scrambling, running, all kind of crazy stuff. Now she's interested. So when I finally went out to get a phone cord, I said, please, Tink, don't tear up the house while I'm gone. I said, I'm going to trust you in the bedroom, baby. I don't want to lock you out because I know you don't feel good. And I'm hoping my house is secure enough, or I've raised enough hell that just for this one day, a flying monkey's not going to come in while I'm gone, and set you off. That you can just hang out and rest. And God, I know you need it because I do. And then I went to go to the store, get that phone cord, and the sun hit me just right when I turned in the cell phone store and blinded me completely. And I ran over the curb and I sent him the truck. I said, "Oh man, you can't make this shit up." But that's just another step I've got to take now. And so, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Calm down, regroup. All right, pick up my phone. It won't work. Don't have a charging cable to charge it. I should have one in the truck somewhere. Can't find it. Should have really 2 or 3 in the truck. Can't find it. So somebody comes up to me, man, what can I do to help? I said, I would help you, but I don't know how we can get that truck unstuck. It's pretty bad. I said, well, I understand now. I said, give me a second. Finally, I said, hey, you know what? Go back to plan A. I need a cell phone charging cord. So, man, is there any way if I give you the money, you can run in there and get me one? You know, and I really was planning on spending about $4 or $5 on a cord, but it didn't matter. Right, what mattered now is I get that phone, my communication to the outside world reestablished, so I can take care of things like I'm supposed to do. Because you know, everybody knows if you just call that and take care of it. Cause that's the way it works. You know, crazy guy down the street come up, you know, because my stupid ass called him. You know, I knew better. I knew he was going to do something really crazy out there idea. Like if you pour a little bit of meth in a bottle of water, it'll last a long time and still work. I said, man, if you want meth, that's not going to work. All right, but that's okay. Just leave me alone. I'm going to stay away from you. So I know you're out there a little bit further than me, and I'm out there a long way. So and that's that guy though. You know who he is. He's Pat. He's a crazy one like a man on winter. He's what you think I am, but I'm not. That don't matter. All right, because that's your perception, and nothing I can do about it. You have to start opening your eyes and finding out what your perception really is. Is it really the right perception, or is it something that's an illusion that somebody's put before, as a hologram that somebody's put out there for you to see? All right, that they can take away at any time and then say, "Hey, you never saw that. What are you talking about? That never happened." That's the way that shit happens. I never did that. I never said that. I didn't say I was gonna be over there tomorrow. No, I didn't answer my phone. Hell no. I don't let that phone control me. Been in the truck all week. You know, I don't make phone calls. I don't live by phone. Bullshit. Everybody does. You just pick and choose who you want to call. Why don't you be honest? All right? Because that's what you're saying you are. All right? Say honest. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. Whatever. I didn't want to talk to you. So I figured it was just one of your crazy things going on in your life. You know, live right and this shit will straighten out all on itself. I said, okay. You know, and that means, join the same shit as everybody else and start believing what I hear and all that. And I'm not going to do that. What's going on right now? People's a hologram. This garden, all right, isn't the garden that God put in for us. All right, this is the one that's been corrupted by the serpents and the grasshoppers and the flying monkeys and all that other shit, man. And we've accepted that for so long that that's the norm now, and that's just the way it is. You know, people at the water cooler, they're telling you how to look at the new person coming in. They're going to tell you, hey, they're good people, or no, shun him, stay away, whatever you don't help him. You know, some of it's because they think this guy's going to come in and he's going to run this place, and he's going to do something, and I'm not going to be able to scam my way through anymore. Some of them are thinking that it's honest to God's truth. There's going to be all kind of reasons behind them accepting that vision of reality. There's going to be a whole bunch of things. But people nowadays, that's just the way it is. The way it always was, the way it always will be. All right. But, it's getting worse that there's less and less people that are available to break through that ceiling, all right, and become, all right, a person without having a smile, a grin on their chin and a twinkle in their eye, and following enough of the norm to just get by and have the doctors and judges and lawyers back them up, even if they are peddling poison. All right, the important people will back them up because they're a hell of a guy. All right, they're not that crazy one-legged, scruffy-looking guy in a wheelchair that calls us and bugs us at 3 o'clock in the morning with something going on and we don't want to deal with. You know, so we tell him we didn't have our phone on us. You know, or whatever. We lie to him instead of going, Pat, I want to do your crazy shit. I don't need it. That's all right. But I need my grape apes like everybody else does. And right now I don't have a grape ape, and it sucks. I don't want the grape ape coming in that's actually a flying monkey in disguise because all those only thing people I'm reading at right now are flying monkeys. You know, some of them, most of them are dressed up like grape apes, and I have to remember that a flying monkey sometimes I have to use, all right, to dig a hole, all right, but I don't have to let them bury a body in it. I have to run them off before the bodies are buried. You know, but I still have to deal with flying monkeys, you know, and use a little bit of grape ape out of them without allowing them to damage the whole garden. But that's a rough, man, let me tell you what, that's a hard road to try to navigate, you know, especially on your own. And if something comes in and messes up your GPS temporarily, it's hard to get back on schedule. Okay, I'm getting tired, and we're gonna call this volume 1, and we're up to, let's see, we're up to being stuck on a curb, Shreveport, Louisiana. That's where we are on volume 1, and I'm going to call this completed for now. I'm going to write that down, okay, so I can start back in volume 2 at the point of stuck in Shreveport, Louisiana on a curb. And can't make this shit up, people. It's how I get it done when I'm 4'1", not being able to breathe. Let me tell you what, Shreveport Fire Department, you guys rock. All right, Shreveport Police Department, you suck. Fire bad, bread good. Frankenstein said that. He was a smart man, let me tell you what. He didn't like torches. He didn't like fire. He didn't like that stuff. It didn't matter what you looked like. You can grin and shit all you want, twinkle in your eye, it didn't make shit. You were just flying monkeys. All right, so we're going to start back there. And like I said, I want to say one more time, Fire Department from Shreveport, Louisiana, you guys rock. You really made my world smooth out a little bit today, and I really needed that one little bitty boost, that one little smile. There's a few other people that came in, godly, man, godly, was all wrapped up in those people. You know, even, no matter what, even if they don't believe in God, it was there. You know, because they truly did what they're supposed to do, and it was nice, and they had a smile, and they didn't mind doing a little bit for me, and that was great. I tried to tell every last one of them, you know, how great and good that was. And I usually tell everybody, I'm the crazy one-legged old man in a wheelchair, and you can Google that shit, because I am. And you can't make this shit up. And we're going to start here on the next one. That'll be volume 2. Have a great day. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to somebody else. Do something for somebody that don't take credit for it, because it's God's work. And except that if they're paranoid, make sure you show them every step you take. Because if they're paranoid and you don't show them every single step you take, they're going to start seeing stuff in it. And y'all just have a great day. I love you guys. See ya.